Lego video got you on what is trending in the US.
Iran Supreme Council warns.
Comment and subscribe. Watch.
Hormuz stays closed until US backs off. No, 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 no. Iran Supreme Council warns Hormuz stays closed until US backs off. Word came down on a Saturday morning. No more waiting, no more soft talk. Araghchi stood before the cameras, said the deal with Oman's closed. But don't mistake this for surrender. Don't mistake this for the end of the road. The step should not be interpreted as reopening the strait. He said it calm, he said it steady, like a man who's learned to wait. Years of sanctions, years of pressure, years of ships turned away from shore. Now the council's got its conditions, and they're asking for much more. Never threaten, never insult us. That's condition number one. In the war and in the blockade, before this story's done. Pay the damages you've cost us. Lift the chains around our banks. Give us back what you have frozen. That's the only way to say thanks. Hormuz stays closed until the US backs off. From Tehran, no room left to scoff. A tanker struck near Abu Dhabi, ADNOC confirmed it true. The world is watching, waiting, wondering what happens next for you. Since February this been building, strike for strike and threat for threat. A memorandum signed and broken, promises the world won't forget. Oman stepped in as the mediator, trying to build a fragile bridge, while Washington and Tehran circle, standing on a razor's ridge. The oil keeps flowing through the Gulf, but every ship now holds its breath. One route open, one still guarded, walking closer to the edge of death. Trump posts pictures, plays the general, AI images, headlines spun. But the council says the same thing daily. This negotiation's not yet won. Somewhere out there, sailors watch the water, wondering if today's the day. Somewhere out there, markets shiver, wondering what the traders will say. This ain't a game show, this ain't fiction, this is real ships, real lives, real trade. Every headline that gets written is a history that's being made. So Iran Supreme Council warns Hormuz stays closed until US backs off. Not out of hate, they say, but principle. Respect before the sanctions lift. Correct your behavior, said the statement, plain and simple. Nothing hid, no more insults, no more war games. That's the only offer that they did. Meanwhile in the West they're counting stockpiles, counting costs, wondering how a strait so narrow could mean so much if it stayed lost. 20% of oil moves through it every single day and night. So when the council makes this statement, the whole world holds it tight. Hormuz stays closed until the US backs off. That's the line they're drawing, that's the line they won't soft. A tanker hit a warning, issued diplomats still shaking hands, trying to find the road to peace through shifting desert sand. So here's the story, plain and honest, no exaggeration told. Just the words from Tehran's council, and the tension still unfold. Iran Supreme Council warns Hormuz stays closed until US backs off. History still being written, but nobody's calling it soft. Maybe tomorrow brings a deal, maybe tomorrow brings more strain. But tonight the strait stays quiet, and the message still remains. Respect before reopening. That's the only price they'll name. Iran's Supreme Council warns, and the whole world knows their aim. Oman stood in the middle, carrying words from both sides of the line, quietly building the bridge that could save this trade route just in time. Not picking sides, just passing message. Diplomats' oldest, hardest job, trying to keep a fragile peace from turning into another sob. Iran's Supreme Council warns, Hormuz stays closed until US backs off. But even as they say it firm, the talks with Oman haven't stopped. A route they say could open partial, ships could pass a corridor through. But partial ain't the same as final, that's a line both nations knew. Lift the naval blockade, they're saying, pull the warships from the coast. Give us proof and not just promises, that's the thing they're wanting most. No more insults from the podium, no more sanctions signed at night. Just a table, just a handshake, just a chance to make it right. Meanwhile, traders watch their screens, oil prices climbing with the news. Every headline moves a market, every statement moves the mood. 20% of the world's oil passes through that narrow lane. So when the council makes a statement, every port begins to strain. Insurance costs on tankers rising, captains double check the charts, rerouting ships around the long way, adding days and adding costs. This ain't about the politics alone, this touches every day, folks. Gas prices, shipping schedules, this is bigger than the jokes. Back in February this began, the first strike, then the next. A cycle spinning month by month, each side waiting who moves next. A memorandum, try to hold it, turns written down in black and white. But when it broke, the strait went tense again, back into the fight. Iran's Supreme Council warns, Hormuz stays closed until US backs off. Not the first time they've said it, but the tone is growing less soft. Correct your behavior, that's the phrase that keeps coming back around. Simple words but heavyweight echoing through Tehran's ground. On one side, a nation asking to be heard and not just told. On the other, a nation measuring risks in the stories that unfold. Neither wants the strait to stay closed forever, neither wants a wider war. But pride and policy keep pulling harder, keeping both sides at the door. This ain't fiction, this ain't fantasy, this is diplomacy playing slow. Statements read from council chambers, cameras catching every show. Almost stays closed until the US backs off. That's the line still standing, that's the line they won't call off. A tanker struck a warning, the shoot omen still shaping the way. The world keeps watching this narrow water, waiting on a better day. So that's the story told in full, no twisting, no dramatic flair. Just Iran's council and their warning, hanging heavy in the